So with the Oklahoma Sooners set to make a massive move from the Big 12 to the SEC, naturally there's going to be a lot of conversations around them. And one such conversation is going to be, what will Oklahoma's offensive line look like? Now, luckily for OU fans, you have Bill Bedenbaugh as an offensive line coach who has been nothing but a beacon of consistency and development for quite some time now. And because of that, you hang your hat on his experience and think, okay, if anybody can get it done, he can get it done. But today, we need to talk about how Bill Bedenbaugh is already looking to shore up this offensive line both now and in the future, chipping away at one of the best prospects in all of high school football. And we have got to break it down. But before we can, as always, y'all know the drill. I have got to hear from you. Hop down to the comments. Y for yes, N for no. Do you believe Oklahoma is going to lock in a top offensive line class in 2025? And let me know what you're thinking. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Hit that bell notification as I do constant college football content. You don't want to miss any of it. And if you enjoyed the content, be sure to like and comment down below. But having said all that, let's jump right into this. And first and foremost, who are we discussing today? And we're discussing none other than one of the top prospects in all of high school football, certainly one of the top prospects in the state of Texas, five-star offensive tackle Tai Haywood, who plays for Denton High School in Denton, Texas, where I currently sit. And this is interesting to me because this is in an environment where Oklahoma has successfully recruited for years now. In fact, you have multiple members of your current roster who come from Denton area high schools. So you have recruiters on staff that are comfortable in this environment. They've built relationships, and those relationships have proved to be overwhelmingly positive based on the wins you've gotten. And so now when you go into a battle in familiar territory with a top prospect and you have been able to win battles in this area before, it is something that I'm interested in seeing. Now, it doesn't guarantee that you're going to get wins because you've gotten wins out of that high school before, but it does make it an intriguing conversation because there is some familiarity there. Now, Tai Haywood is an intriguing prospect because he stands 6'6", 270 pounds, is rated as the number 21 player in all of high school football per the 24/7 Sports Composite, the number 3 offensive tackle, and a top 10 player in the state of Texas, a state absolutely blasted with talent every single recruiting cycle. And for Oklahoma, for them to already be getting some predictions going in their favor for Tai Haywood over on 3, that is big. Listen, recruiting is a marathon. It is not a sprint. It is a long game. But at the point where you can start that marathon well with a really good foundation that allows you to continue going throughout the entirety of the process, that's exactly what you want. You want to position yourself in the best place possible to be able to capitalize on the long game. And right now, it seems like Oklahoma has been able to do that not only with Tai Haywood, but with several other prospects, which really underscores what we've talked about on this channel several times, that this current staff at Oklahoma has been very successful on the recruiting trail. They have proved to be very successful both in the traditional high school recruiting means and recruiting out the transfer portal. And so I have no reason to expect anything less from Oklahoma in the class of 2025 other than another top 10 recruiting class. But it's going to be interesting to see what it looks like when it's finalized. But there's no question here. Oklahoma fans everywhere have loved what Bill Bedenbaugh has done, but there has been some within the Oklahoma fan base that have wondered, will we get the big 5-star offensive tackle? Bill Bedenbaugh develops great, but he isn't getting these 5-star offensive tackles. Now, my first argument towards that would be, he hasn't needed them, right? It turns out he's getting the guys that fit his system. He knows what he's looking for, and therefore star ratings, while having some meaning, are largely meaningless to the conversation because you're talking about guys who have evaluated. They know what they're looking for, and they're not looking for a star next to your name. They're looking for qualities, for technique that they can take, mold, and capitalize off of. But if you are able to continue developing at the rate Bill Bedenbaugh is developing at and landing this 5-star tackle, well, that basis of the Oklahoma fan base, they would have an interesting conversation at their forefront because now he would have satisfied the biggest question they had on him. Can you bring in the 5-star guy? Looks like he may be well on his way to attempting to achieve that. Can't wait to hear from all of you. Let me know, do you think Tai Haywood ends up in that class? Can't wait to hear from all of you. That's it. See ya.